As I sit in front of this microphone tonight, I find myself wondering if you prayed at all today. Welcome to Nightsounds. I'm Bill Pierce. I found myself praying first thing when I woke up this morning. According to the prophet Amos in the Old Testament, these conversations flow like a mighty river. And this week, if you believe at all in opinion surveys, more of us will pray than will go to work or exercise or have sexual relations. According to recent studies, more than 3/4 or 78% of all Americans pray at least once a week. More than half, or 57%, report praying at least once a day. In fact, 1 in 5 still prays daily. Who call themselves atheists or agnostics, just wagering that there is a God who hears them. How many of you received answers to your prayers recently? Tonight's program is subtitled, So I Prayed. And you can almost hear the unworded next phrase, but it didn't do any good. This week, I've twice quoted Romans 8:28 to a skeptic.
All things work for our good, though sometimes we can't see how they could. Struggles that break our hearts in two sometimes blind us to the truth.
His ways are not our own.
So when your pathway grows dim and you just can't see him, remember you're never alone. God is too wise to be mistaken. God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan,
When you can't trace his hand, trust his heart.
trust his heart. He sees the master plan. He holds our future in his hands. So don't live as those who have no hope. All our hope is found in him.
We see the present clearly, but he sees the first and the last.
And like a tapestry, he's leaving you and me to someday be just like him. God is too wise to be mistaken. God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. He alone is faithful and true.
He's faithful.
He alone knows what is best for you. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, when you can't
Did you catch the closing sentence there? When you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. Our initial music tonight by Cynthia Clausen and Wayne Watson. Trust his heart. Our program tonight, So I Prayed. And I didn't get an answer. Philip Yancey said almost everyone I know has had a similar experience of unanswered prayer. Despite whatever prayers come forth, the central problem with unanswered prayer is that Jesus seemed to promise there wouldn't be any. He could have said something like this, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the concept of prayer. Of course, you know that humans cannot be expected to have perfect wisdom as God has. So, there are limits to which of your prayers will be answered. Prayers will operate exactly like a suggestion box. Spell out your requests clearly to God, and I can guarantee that all requests will be carefully considered." Unquote. Mr. Yancey said, now that kind of statement about prayer I can easily live with. But what about this one? Quote, "I tell you the truth. If you have faith and do not doubt, you can say to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and it will be done. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer." Matthew chapter 21. What about Matthew 18? Quote, "Again I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything you ask for, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven." And then that verse over in John chapter 14, "You may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it." But these are just a couple of the rather strong statements in the New Testament. There are others. And it proves to me that we can't squirm out of the sticky problem by saying, well, Jesus didn't really promise